Hi, welcome back to Sumatra on Bass. Hope you're doing great. Last night I was on a very short notice call to go in and fill in for a gig for a visiting artist, which I did. The bass of choice was the mighty Stingray bass, and it's my choice sometimes if I just know that I need is the solid, workable sound, and I don't know what I'll be playing through, so the 3-band EQ gives me lots of options in that case. Now the E string was a little bit noodly, but it was still okay, so I decided I'll just go with that because there was really no time to prepare. And it was a one big 4.5 hour set under lights. It was hot, I was sweaty, and today when I pulled the bass out of the gig bag, it was all just covered in sweat. The strings were worse than they were when I started. So I thought this is a good opportunity just to run you through the basic maintenance that I do on the Stingray when I'm changing strings, because these maple necks and fretboards, they're sort of oil and wax finished. They got no lacquer on them. The headstock does, so you don't need to worry about that. But sort of from here down, it's all wax and oil, and I'll show you what I'll do with that just quickly. I hope you enjoy the video. So first I loosen off the strings, and just enough so I can cut them near the bridge where they won't do any damage to the paintwork. I snip them there and remove and discard them, and just take the ends out of the bridge because it's not a quick change bridge. The next part of the exercise is to clean and polish the body. I use a Servasol air duster. Any air duster will do with a brush. Get rid of the dust around the bridge where it's hard to get to with the strings on. The air makes it much easier to do that. I use a body polish from Zymol. That's getting more difficult to obtain these days, but I think I have enough for the moment. I always get good results, but any polish, guitar polish will do, just to keep the paintwork in good condition and looking nice. And it also stops it from accumulating too much dirt, because you don't want your bass to be very dirty unless you really like that look. I like mine to look nice and clean. I just feel better that way. Your mileage may vary on that, but that's just me. Make sure that you clean it thoroughly and spread the polish properly and buff it to a nice shine, especially around the knobs there, where we tend to get a lot of fingerprints. I do the front and the back, just like that, and it's fairly quick, easy to do. I've used other polishes successfully in the past. There's no real brand that I prefer, to be honest. This one just happened to be on hand, and as you can see, it comes up nice and shiny. Next thing is to actually check the battery while we're here, and I use a little tester for that. That's available almost everywhere, fairly standard I think now, this one. And it gives us a readout of tells us the type of battery, the voltage, and the percentage that's left in that battery. So 100%, it's still very good. So that can just go back in. And on these types of battery compartments, you've got to make sure you put it the right way, otherwise you can't close it. So don't force it closed by any means. Make sure it's in the right way first. For the neck and fretboard, I prefer using these Ernie Ball fretboard conditioner, and on the Stingray, because it's an oil and wax finish, this stuff really works, and when you're putting it on, it just feels slightly oily, and you don't feel like you're doing very much at all, but you give it a good wipe and spread it on, especially down the edges of the frets there, and then you basically get a clean cloth and just wipe it off straight away, just buff it to a nice finish, and that will remove all the dirt from the maple and keep it looking really good. And the back of the neck once you've done this, feels really smooth, and you can see the dirt that came off there. Now always measure and put a bend in 2 posts past the post I'm aiming for, in this case the E string. Just wind it on, do the same for all the others, so just measure 2 posts away, and that makes it the right number of turns without having too many on that capstan there. I use the Ernie Ball Slinkies 45 to 100. I've tried other strings and other gauges. I find these ones have the best string to string balance, nice feel. They're tight without being overly tight as far as the feel, and they sound nice and zingy. Now once you've got all that done, give it a tune, just a preliminary one. Make sure you're getting the strings up to the right tension. And at this stage I kind of get it in the ballpark. I don't really worry about it being too accurate, but give the strings a bit of a tug, a bit of a stretch, reach in. And that's pretty much all you should need to do. I don't do this with DR strings, it's not recommended, but with the Ernie Balls it works. And this is what it sounds like. That's it. Thanks ever so much for watching. Keep making music, keep playing bass, look after each other. Bye for now.